it's like you telling me I'm ugly, but yet you still want to, be in a relationship or you still want to have sex with me at the end of the night, but I'm ugly. Or I'm ugly in the daytime where you want to go cheat on me you want to cheat on me with multiple people or whatever like that. But you want to abuse me at the same time, physically abuse me at the same time to make sure I don't go nowhere. But because you know I love you and I'm trying to get myself together for you to get back to who I was before I had kids, which probably, sometimes it happens, sometimes it don't. Like you just soaking all of that in. So now it's like you try to be perfect or whatever for him to make, to stop stepping out or to stop doing this or to stop calling you that or whatever. So yeah. Mm.
Oh, no, that's oh my goodness. That's a really good example. Yeah, that's tiring. That's
Yeah, or you make me just feel like I don't have no voice. Like you get offended or you want to hit me every time I give you my opinion, but we having a whole conversation. It's like now I ain't got no voice. Now I'm scared to speak up to you. Now,
that's good. That's good. That's really good. Meme, what does it look like to you? Mental abuse. So we talked about physical. How can somebody abuse somebody mentally in a relationship?
The same thing that she said,
Mm,
calling somebody, ugly or fat,
mm,
you know,
hold on, y'all.
mm-hmm,
they had your baby. So,
You said once they have a baby?
because
Okay.
most guys, like, they become this evil person after, like, you have their kid or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Which one do you think is worse?
Ooh, that's a really good question. That's a really good question.
I feel like mental is worse.
Ooh,
You
hold
remember
on. That's a good question. Hold on. Let me read Lawanda's comment, and then I'm gonna ask them too. I'm asking what you just asked because that's a real good question. But Lawanda said my first marriage was very abusive. It's my fault. I stayed after 10 years. Scars show on outside too. Man. And I get that. I definitely get that. And to Lawanda and whoever else in here, man, like the question that MayMay just proposed. Hey Sammy, nice seeing you. Nice seeing you. Um, pretty much MayMay just asked, is mental or physical abuse worse? And Marquita, you can answer that too. I need a minute. I need a minute. That's actually a dope question. But what do
somebody
y'all?
That
said
is a,
mental
that,
will
that
mess you
is a
up.
good question.
That's a
Yeah,
great
mental
question.
abuse, it will mess you up. Like,
Mm.
because you can, I feel like you can, I don't, like,
Sammy, you want to hop in here? If you want to hop in here, let us know. I'm just letting her know since we all on here, but we on Zoom. If you want to say share some words, but go ahead, maybe I didn't mean to cut you off.
what you get. I feel like mental is worse because it can, like, you can replay it in your head over and over and over again. Like, whenever you're doing something, you're probably sitting there like, damn, I can't do this because, so and so was right. I am stupid.
Mm,
I am dumb. I'm worthless. Like, you can play in your head over and over again. So,
wow, wow, because like you said, physical abuse. You're saying that you can probably get over that. The scars will heal, but you're saying the mental scars, what they take longer to heal.
yeah,
I agree.
Mm,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. No, and people are saying that too. They're saying the same thing. It hits your soul differently, is what Sammy said. Lawanda said mental is way worse. Trauma, it scars your mind. It plays on repeat. Then you begin to abuse yourself physically, not eating, sleeping, anxiety, way longer. Dang. I ain't think y'all would say all this. Like, dang, y'all, I didn't, yo, maybe you took it to a whole nother level because that's a great question. Like, yeah, yeah. And I guess
That was
emotion,
a very good question. That
very
was a
good question.
very good question.
Very good question. Because again, you do wonder, like, okay, which one can you endure? Which one would you rather not endure? So it sounds like everyone would. It sounds like y'all. So y'all are telling me that y'all would rather. And again, of course, we wouldn't want anything to happen, but y'all would rather go through a physical abusive relationship than a mental.
I feel like I will rather choose physical.
Really? Wow. Wow. That says a lot. That says a lot. That says a lot.
Yeah, mental. You can't change anything up here, but like down here, I can change it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
you can get surgeries, you can like cover it up with tattoos, you can do all that, but
Mhm.
up here you can't do that.
Yeah.
Like so.
No, I get that. I get that.
And plus, I can fight back.
Yeah.
Well, now,
So you said you had to go through physical because you'll be the one
right?
hurting him. You'll be the one hurting him.
Literally, you ain't wrong, MayMay. I agree.
Y'all something else, man. We got somebody else hopping in here. Anthony, he said I can't forget about my coma and my teeth might be knocked out. My
And
boyfriend
black.
gave me a black eye. Dang.
Damn,
LaWanda said,
they put him in a coma.
yeah, somebody was in a coma. Anthony, like Anthony said that.
Yeah, I'm reading it
That's
right
taking it too far. I hope they
now.
actually left it.
That's taking it too
I hope
far.
they left that time.
No, that's what I'm saying. But some people get it worse than that. I didn't have people.
And then they said I got hit by a truck. No.
So I'm saying, man, it's serious. It's really serious. But y'all saying y'all'd rather go through that than mental.
But I can fix that though. Like I can, you know what I'm saying? The scars, I can
You
fix.
ain't getting that many chances to the point where you can
Yeah,
actually get in
like
the car now.
actually,
Like,
like I said, I'm gonna fight back. Like, you
and
know,
not to the point we ain't gonna keep fighting to the point now. You gotta feel like you gotta run me over now. That mean I didn't should have left the last time I knocked you out. Something like that.
Yeah, yeah. No, I feel that. She said,
I
"Man,
feel like me growing up, I went through a lot.
yeah,
And I'm like waiting for the people that did what they did when I was younger to try it again. Now it's like I know what to say. I know how to fight back. So it's just like I guess it just depends. Cause some people, the thing is, they will go after the people that they know that are not going to fight back, or they're not going to like, say anything. They know who to go after and they know who not to go after.
yeah,
Like the ones that didn't nip it in the bud the first time.
Mm-hmm.
mm-hmm.
They let it slide.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's which one do you feel like is easier to leave, a physical or a mental abusive relationship? Which one is easier to leave? Is mental harder because of the mental aspect of it, or would you say the physical is harder because of the threat to end your life? Which one would you say is?
The physical is easier to leave because you can leave physically, but yeah, they still got so much control over your mind. They still got some control over you, especially if y'all staying in contact. Like if he
Mm,
still can scare you and you move to a whole other state or whatever, he still got you mentally and emotionally. Yeah, you left physically, which was the easy part. Now you
yeah,
got to get him. You got him out of your bed. Now you got to get him out of your head. That's in the song, but that was
I
a good
cannot.
saying.
I cannot. You got him. You said you got him out of your bed. Now you got to get him out of your head. You said.
Yeah, that's for
Did you
real.
hear that, man?
I like that. That is true though. I like that.
Yeah, yeah. Man, we got a lot of people on the TikTok, man, talking about how they
I'm
don't.
reading it, but like it's sad. It's just
It's sad,
sad.
man. They almost died. Had to run into traffic to be saved. My goodness. Yeah. Yo, Anthony and Lawanda, if y'all want to hop on this Zoom, man, and share y'all story, y'all more than welcome, man. I would love to have y'all on. But again, thank y'all for also commenting in the comments. This is really, it's really sad, man, that so many people go through these life-threatening situations, to where, again, I feel like not a lot of people talk. Why do y'all feel like a lot of people don't talk about domestic violence? Like I don't hear a lot about it.
It's embarrassing, and then it's like they don't want to talk about it.
You feel
Like
like
talking about it, remembering it.
hmm,
You have to like talking about it just means like reliving that whole situation is like and some people they're afraid because you know they just don't want to relive it.
wow. Yeah. Oh, we got
Wait,
we
what
got
was the question?
Raven hopping in here. You said what was the question?
Yeah.
The question was, and what's going on, Raven? How you doing, lady? I think she just connected. But the question was, what was the question, MayMay? I said,
About like why don't people talk about it?
Hey,
Like,
Trey.
what's good?
Oh, nothing. Just getting in from work. Long day with the students.
Oh, I understand. We talking about domestic violence, so I hope you
I
guys.
seen. That's why I got on. Hello, ladies.
hello.
Marquita here too. I think.
Hi.
Let's go. And the question was,
I had me because I went around a bunch of people, so I had to. It was loud.
no problem. Problem at all. We just asking another question, Raven. We were asking Marquita, why do you feel like a lot of people don't really talk about domestic violence? And so she was just answering that. And then if you want to answer after her, we would love to hear your opinion.
I'll say, scared that it's gonna get back to the person that's abusing them, and they're gonna do worse because it got out, or embarrassed, feeling like you're weak, or feeling like you're looking like you're weak. Things like that. But mostly just scared. You want to keep it to yourself. You want to hide it. You don't want. You got it. You will make it stop, or you'll leave. Things like that. So basically, just fall into embarrassment or feeling like you're weak.
Wow. I feel that. Raven, if you wanna tag team.
Okay, say the question one more time. What was the question?
No, you good. Just pretty much like, why do you feel like people don't really want to talk about or don't really talk about domestic violence?
I mean, I kind of agree with Marquita. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, but I kind of agree with what she says. It has a lot to do with one, being afraid of your abuser, coming back, or the fact that depending on who your abuser is and the type of abuse, whether it's verbally, mentally, or whatever the case may be, you may be in the phase of protecting others that can potentially or possibly be in harm's way due to this one individual. Because I know for a fact there has been women and even men and children in the past where they want to say something, but they're too afraid to open their mouths and say, okay, I need help. Like with me working with kids in school, you have to look for the signs, and you have to just be able to read those signs and be able to connect the dots in order to push that person to seek help and get help, because they won't just willingly do it on their own. Yeah. So I think it goes on whatever the backstory of that person is, what led to it, what started it. That person may be thinking, even though they're a victim, they may be thinking, what am I doing wrong? What am I saying wrong? When it's not really you. A lot of people have anger issues. I see it all the time in kids. Like, they see things at home and it builds up and they feed off of that and they take that with them as they get older, and now it's being passed down. So I think, like she said, it has a lot to do with fear. It also has a lot to do with who you can trust. You may be talking to a best friend who's also best friends with your abuser, and they grew up as childhood friends. And because you're saying things, they're going to go back and open up their mouth and say, well, so-and-so said this or said that. And now your abuser is with you in a closed setting, just the two of you. And in the blink of an eye, God forbid the worst.
Yeah. No, that's true. That's really good. Your abuser knowing people around you. Or we could take it a step further, right? Your abuser being someone who follows you online or who's stalking you online and seeing everything that you do.
Exactly. Block.
Like something like this. If y'all, what you say?
Block.
You said block.
Yep, that's what I do. I block them.
Yeah.
But some people they be making like fake accounts. How do you know which one is it? Yep.
Don't accept no friend request unless I told you to send me one. That part. I literally do not accept friend requests on Facebook. If me and you didn't discuss that you was sending me a friend request, it ain't gonna get added. I got a lot of friend requests in my inbox.
What about TikTok?
if y'all go on your page, okay, this is how I do TikTok. If I go on your page, you haven't posted no videos or nothing, that means I'm just looking at you like you're a spectator. You want to enjoy some videos, so I'm not gonna follow you back. Or you got one profile picture and nothing else.
Now she make me want to go add something to TikTok because I don't get on TikTok to post. I just get on there because I have family members who like send me things like, "Oh, did you see this?" I'm like, "No." So I just have it because they send me things. Mm-hmm. But she made a point, so now I might have to get rid of my TikTok because I don't want nobody thinking I'm a stalker or anything like that. Right? Because I'm just like you. I have like hundreds of friend requests across Facebook and Instagram. Like I still have Twitter. Well, it's called X now, but I don't even get on that. And I have so many friend requests where I find myself when I have nothing else to do, I'm like delete, 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 block, block, block. Even my spam messages, I'm just like, I don't know you. Let me block you. You look suspicious. So keep it moving.
And even if you know you have someone making fake pages, you have to block all these Facebook pages. On TikTok, because you got the creator page, you probably can't block a page that you don't know. Just make sure you ain't posting no location or this or that. You know, yeah, they want to stalk your life from the internet. Okay, cool, whatever. That's on you. But like, don't post if you know you're in a certain situation. You shouldn't be posting your location or things like that. Don't even post you out of town. You can say you out of town, but don't say where you at and this and that. Don't say where you're moving to. You know, that's just you're gonna have to be cautious of what you post.
Yep.
Wow. See that? Yeah. See, that's a whole nother thing. Yeah, and again, I think it's scary, you know. And again, I'm looking at some of the comments on TikTok too, where people are just talking about, you know, other things that's happened to them, you know, and just again, you hear all these different crazy stories, and I guess to me, I even wonder, like, for people who may be in those situations, I'm not sure if any of y'all have been in those situations to where it's been like a stalking with it, but I'm curious to know, like, how long does it take a person probably to get over you? Like, do y'all feel like the people that escape, the people that finally, you know, my mom's one of them, but the people that finally get over that person, you know, like the person that finally gets away from all this, do y'all feel like they're never safe, or is there a point where it's like, okay, you can finally breathe, or do y'all feel like this person may always be looking over their back for the rest of their life as long as this person lives? Like, how do y'all feel about that?
I think it depends on the stalker. Like, like if he was one of those
crazy Michael Myers,
I'm gonna kill you. Like the crazy one, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill whatever house I'm finding out where you live at. I'm gonna kill your friends if you with them and this and that. I feel like you ain't gonna feel safe until he gone or she gone. And I'm just for real. But if you got one of those ones, whatever, I'm gonna kill you or whatever, but it, like slow down when you gave it time or whatever. I say you won't always feel like you're looking over your back, especially like you get into a happily brand new relationship. You probably married with kids and you doing good or whatever. Mm-hmm. I feel like you feel safe. You should be good. But like I said, if it's that psycho one, I'm gonna always find you. Then they never stop trying to hit you up. They never stop trying to make all them fake pages or whatever. You ain't gonna feel safe until they're gone. You get that phone call like, we walked through up, it's gone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She said it all.
She said it, yeah. Yeah. Like, you really won't feel safe. Like, it depends on the person, like you said, but at the end of the day, you never probably, like you said, will feel safe until that person's probably gone.
Yep. And it's even more sad though, like when you get to the point of somebody, I'm trying to figure out the best way to word this. Like nowadays with the laws that's being put into place and ones that's already in place when it comes to having a concealed weapon, it's sad that when the victim has to be pushed to that point in life where like they're like, okay, I need to get me a weapon to protect myself and those with me on an everyday basis, because you never know. Like she said, you have to constantly look over your shoulder, not knowing which way they're coming from or when they are even coming your way. So it's just sad because there are some individuals who had to go through that experience. Like the person just out the blue popped up, and in order to defend and protect yourself and others with you and around you,
Yeah.
You have to pull the trigger, and chances are you took a life or you just injured a person, but now you're being penalized for protecting yourself from somebody who was hurting you in the get-go, in the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah. And we were
So
just
it's just crazy how the laws are placed. So
we were just talking about that. Yeah, like how there just doesn't feel like there's an out, even when you try to do it the legal way.
And I feel like that comes with also building those reports too. Like, say you got hit the first time or something like that, and you forgave him, and you didn't, and then the second time he hit you, you forgave him, you got him back. But the third time you hit him, you called the police, and the police tell you to go to the place to make the police report, and then you never went down there to make it. So now I'm saying you didn't supposed to go get 4, 5, 6 police reports, and you never went to go get them. But now all of a sudden he doing this where your life is in jeopardy, where you had to kill him. Now you have no backup to say that you did self-defense. Right. But if you got police report number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it comes all the way to this point, and you had to kill him, now it's like I done told y'all this many times that he do
That's why they say leave a paper trail.
Yeah, like I done told y'all that this is my proof. I done told y'all about 6 times.
We have to consider the fact too, though, like there are women who do that. Literally what she just said. They do that. They have so many reports of a paper trail behind them. But at the same time, let's just say all of a sudden, okay, a case has been brought to the stands and you have to go to trial for all of these reports because your last button was pushed and you done took all you can take. You're at trial now, and then all of a sudden we have some victims who just out the blue because of fear, they say, oh, this never happened, that never happened. Like, right, I saw something recently earlier this week, and it happens a lot with athletes and celebrities. I seen something earlier this week where the basketball player, he physically assaulted, I guess, I don't know if it's a girlfriend or a wife, but he physically assaulted her, and she called the cops, wanted to press charges, and then when it was time to, put the final pinpoint to it, she backed out and was like, oh, that never happened. I'm just like, which all goes back into fear.
Yeah.
Because we don't know what they're saying or doing to them behind closed doors. Like, we see it in movies and on TV shows. Like, if you open your mouth, I'm going to go after this person. So you're trying to protect not just yourself, but now you're trying to protect whoever else down the line.
Yeah.
So it becomes a lot.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're exactly right. It's domestic violence, man. I think it's like a cancer. It spreads and it spreads and it spreads and it spreads, and it gets to the point to where, like you said, you find yourself fighting a multiple front war. You know what I'm saying? You fight on the left, you got a war on the left, the right. You getting attacked from the front, the back, and you really can't find it. You can get out of it because my mom did, and I know other people who did, but it's hard. It's a hard thing to get out of. So let me close off the call with this question. Marquita jumping back in, something happened, but let me close off with this one question. For people who are listening on TikTok, and y'all on TikTok, y'all can answer it if y'all want to as well.
Sure, don't be booting me off.
What you say? Wait, what you say?
Don't be booting me off.
Nah, that wasn't me.
I thought she left.
Nah, that was not me. Don't even do that.
That's rude.
Nah, I wasn't even touching the keyboard. No, but like, for like the closing question I will ask, and this is for anybody, right? Anybody that may be on TikTok. Again, we talking about domestic violence, TikTok, and for people here on Zoom call, we got Marquita, Raven, and MayMay. What would y'all say would be maybe like your top 3 signs? Because again, I think the best way to prevent domestic violence is to not even allow it to start. Me and Marquita was talking about that in the beginning, to nip it in the bud. Hey, I'm done, cutting it off. Or you see signs before you even try to even get close to this person. Sometimes you can see signs through a DM. Y'all may be DMing people, and the person like, why you ain't hit me back? You've been going all day. Dang, I see you texting everybody else. You showing, or someone constantly liking all your pictures and they trying to get your attention that way or something like that. What would be Three of the top signs that y'all would give somebody that could help them avoid even trying to even think about getting in a relationship with somebody that may be abusive. What would be maybe 3 signs that y'all would give them?
If you gotta jump because they got mad and got loud, like you jumping so hard, like you just that scared of them. If you get a little too close too many times, or it's been a couple of almostes, or right there. So nip it in the bud, the jump in the face, the you being scared because they raising their voice, or you jumping almost off the couch because they came your way or something like that. Don't pursue it.
Let alone if you meet somebody who just like you're trying to find some type of solution to the problem. You have types that just want to talk and you just sit quietly. Like they don't let you get a word in, which is kind of similar to what she was already saying. When you have somebody who's constantly like yapping at the mouth, or like how sad to say, but how some kids are when they're fighting. Like you have those types where they'll tell you like, oh, well, what you getting up for? You could be sitting down. So getting up to some people is like, that's fighting mode right there. So they got to immediately go into defense mode. Like I could get up too. So when you have somebody like that, let alone someone who's like that's like, I get some people do it as a joke with relationships. They put tracking devices on your phones and on your cars and things. Somebody who's like tracking your every move in a negative way, like to me, that's a no-no. If you don't have trust in your relationship and you doing X, Y, and Z, but this person wants you to do A, B, and C, then wash your hands and be done with it. Like, don't even try to find a solution at that point, because see me, once I'm done with you, I'm done. You could say, baby, please, or I'm sorry, as much as you want. And we see that a lot. And when you accept that apology, that's when the worst happens. Somebody is being put 6 feet into the ground. And that's the part that gets me. And I'm just like, it's sad that, especially with people of color, we see it so much in our community as Black people. But you compare that to other races, they're like literally nail bit scratching into any type of proof and evidence they can find to like win the case and solve whatever that situation was, to find the person responsible. But within our community, it's like everybody goes on mute. And I'm not saying that to be funny, but I see this so much in the news and on social media. Like I had a friend of mine years ago, maybe a year after we graduated high school. She and the guy she was involved with, none of us knew. And in my defense, I lived in another state, so I had no idea. But there was abuse there. And it's sad because it got to the point where 1 year after high school, her life was taken. She was trying to get away in a moving car on the highway, jumps out of a car, and people thought they were hitting a dog. No, you're hitting a human being.
Damn.
And so now it's to the point where there's no running from that. So luckily in her case, she got justice, her family got justice, but this is something her aggressor has to live with for the rest of his life behind bars. There's no running away from that. Compared to others who get, they're given a second chance. But we also have to think of women, and some men as well, but mostly women, who grow up in households as children where you have that one dominant person in a relationship who's like always aggressive, whether it's mentally, emotionally, physically, sexually. Like when you see that as a child, that's all you know. So the older you get, you're ready to move on in your own relationship. So you're just mimicking what you've seen and heard as a kid, not knowing what you're doing is wrong.
Preach, sister, preach.
Girl, don't get me started. Trey will tell you.
Yeah, I already know.
Don't get me started.
I'm so happy you hopped on. Like, oh man. Yeah. No, this is it's It's deep.
That comes all back to nip it in the bud the first time.
Yep.
He played crazy the first time. You played a little bit crazier. Now he know not to play.
That part, I promise you, I will turn into Mabel Simmons real quick.
Mabel Simmons.
Trey know what I mean when I say that.
I know.
Yeah, Madea.
Madea.
Trey knows.
I know Madea.
I love it, man. I'm trying to tell you, like, I love what I'm hearing. I love what I'm hearing, man. This call was needed. It was needed because I feel like so many people don't talk about it enough. I feel like a lot of people shy away from domestic violence. Some people are afraid, going back to what we've all said. Some people don't really want to get away. And so going back to what MayMay said, sometimes you have to have that tough love and just go, hey, I tried all I could try, you on your own, but whether you're the abuser, whether you're the victim, or whether you're a third party that's trying to help or help out the situation, I feel like we all covered all parts. And this call was just appreciated, man. I truly just, thank y'all. People that were on TikTok, I appreciate y'all too, but I also appreciate y'all, MayMay, Raven, Marquita, for hopping on and being brave enough. Because what y'all doing right now, MayMay, Raven, and Marquita, a lot of people won't do. They won't come on here because they've been through it or they going through it right now. And they don't want to show their faces. They don't, because they're afraid. But y'all just said stuff that hopefully people that heard this can take and run with, man. You know what I'm saying? October is Domestic Violence Month. And I know someone's going to probably die before the month's out due to domestic violence. It's something that people die from I'm sure every week. But before we close out, I want to just lay out the table for y'all to say any final words that y'all want to say to the people that are hearing it on TikTok or people that be on YouTube looking at this. Anything y'all want to say before we close out?
Leave.
Leave.
Leave. You can do it.
Just be careful of who you surround yourself with. I know it might, depending on who the person is or the type of crowd and company you keep, just be mindful of who they hang out with when you're not around. Because you can tell, like I said earlier, you might have a best friend who's best friends with your spouse, and that's what brings on the anger from your spouse behind closed doors. Just be cautious and mindful of who you're telling your business to, how often you put your business out there, because I grew up in a generation where what happens behind closed doors stays behind closed doors. But if those closed doors that you're behind is an environment where you don't feel safe and protected and you are mentally to the point where you literally have already hit rock bottom and there's nowhere else to go, like they say, leave, get up and go. Don't even go to the best friend. You have parents. If you don't have parents, you can go to the police station. You don't trust the police, which is a Black community. Sadly, for the last couple of years, we've had issues with law enforcement. You can go to church, seek counseling.
Right.
I mean, I know this isn't the right time to like bring it up, but I'm starstruck behind Da Vinci. But one thing I learned with Da Vinci, the actor from All American, is that he speaks a lot about mental health. And there's a lot of outlets and resources out there. There's hotline phone numbers you can call. You don't have to give your name. You don't have to give your address or anything like that. There's people out there who will just listen and guide you in a direction you need to be guided in. Because there are some people who will purposely misguide you. Why? Because they're bitter, they're angry, and lonely with their own lives, which to me, and another way to put it, is being selfish. They rather see you go through it and sit back and just watch you as if they're watching a movie with popcorn, sitting on the couch, watching you go through your downfall just to make themselves feel better. And that's what irritates me, not just within the Black community, but across the nation. Like, it happens in every culture. We're not the only ones. However, we are the culture with like the highest rate when it comes to domestic violence, whether it's male or female.
Yeah.
So just call those hotlines. Look up the phone numbers. Look up, therapy sessions, counseling sessions. There's a lot of resources out there.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, MayMay. Yeah, she dipping out. Yeah. No, I love it. I love it. Thank you, Raven. Thank you.
I'll send you my invoice.
Right.
Some Raven.
I love it. Marquita, you got anything?
I agree with everything they said, and like I said, if you can nip it in the bud the first time, nip it in the bud. Unaccepted too many times, or they play crazy that first time, you get a little bit more crazier, and I bet they'll think about it the next time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, accept the help, especially if you got someone that's offering your help. It's different from when you ain't got nobody offering help. But if you got somebody that's offering you help, helping you get away, get out the situation, accept it. So yeah.
Love it. I love it, man. That was MayMay, Marquita, Raven, TikTok. Thank y'all for tuning in as well, man. Again, this is my Let's Just Talk Mental Health group. If y'all want to join, the link is in the bio. But again, I'd also say go and follow these amazing people. I'll be posting this on my YouTube channel. We were talking about domestic violence. Again, Raven, cut the camera.
Now you turn the camera on at the end.
I kid you not. No, I promise you. I wasn't close to my phone. I have my AirPod in, as you can see. I just sat down and
She lying.
Okay. Okay, y'all know what? Y'all not gonna do me.
She gonna get in once you say bye.
Y'all not gonna do me that on this live.
No. Yeah, man. I thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. Raven, again, you already know. I love the conversations always. And Marquita, as always, you already know.
I'm still mad at you anyway, so whatever.
There we both are. Let's not start nothing. And we got these other people on here.
No, I ain't do that.
Let's not start nothing.
We can handle this in the DM. We can handle this in the DM.
Peace out.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night, man. TikTok. Thank y'all. Until next time. Peace.